Europe and Russia launch a joint mission to Mars searching for methane and presumably fart jokes. Spectacular displays of the aurora borealis spotted in parts of the UK. Scientists discover hydras have no mouth, so just rip their bodies open to insert food. And this is the week that was in business analytics. The week that was is brought to you by Influencer, a common viral infection causing symptoms such as fever, runny nose, sore throat. My bad. That's influenza. And healthy as an ox, iCOMP Business Solutions. It was a big week for the machines, so this week we're covering all the latest developments in cognitive, AI, and robotics for your apocalyptic pleasure. AlphaGo, Google's Go-playing AI program, secured victory for the Google team and our robot overlords-to-be in the DeepMind Challenge match by winning 3 consecutive games against Go champion Lee Se-Dol. The 33-year-old South Korean did manage to get at least some level of revenge, however. He defeated AlphaGo in the 4th match of a 5-game match in Seoul, which marks the first time AlphaGo has been beaten in 9 matches. So hang on, if AlphaGo had already won the game, maybe it was just toying with Lee Se-Dol in the 4th match? Oh boy, that's gotta mess with his head, doesn't it? Good luck sleeping tonight, Poindexter. Hilton Worldwide and IBM announced a collaboration to pilot Connie, the first Watson-enabled robot concierge in the hospitality industry. Connie draws on domain knowledge from Watson and Waveblazer to inform guests on local tourist attractions, dining recommendations, and hotel features and amenities. The more guests interact with Connie, the more it learns, adapts, and improves its recommendations. Yeah, okay, but if you slip Connie a $5, will she also turn a blind eye to the missing robes, slippers, and body lotion in the room? See? Robots ain't human yet. The Swedish car maker Volvo is about to start recruiting 100 volunteers to commute to work next year in a driverless car. Meanwhile, a Google self-driving car crashed into a bus, sparking fears the technology may not be safe. Nobody was injured in the crash, but the U.S. Transport Secretary said it was not a surprise and implied he was uncertain about the future of the technology. A Google spokesperson said he had no comment, except to say,
"We hope you enjoyed the ride."
All these robots and thinking computers, huh? Is anyone keeping track of what we're actually building? If you saw Die Hard 4, what was that one called? Die Hard Live and Let Live or something like that. I don't know. Look it up for me, would you? Anyway, if you saw Die Hard 4, you'll be familiar with the concept of a Firesale. It's basically a large-scale hacker assault against the government, transportation, and the economy by taking over all computer-based systems. So when you hear about all this AI and IoT stuff, the obvious question is, doesn't having every device and appliance connected to the internet and controlled remotely open up the world to an even more extreme fire sale? Like, how do we know our blenders, fridges, washing machines, and microwaves won't one day just rise up and turn against us? The answer is, well, we don't. Companies are going to blaze ahead with the technology at full speed, and as always with human endeavor, security and privacy will be an afterthought, right? It's up to us consumers to keep the corporations honest and demand they address the wider implications of the technology before we let them push this into our homes. Hey, I actually sounded pretty serious there. I'm not even going to add a joke. That sounded really powerful. Maybe I should start a movement. So last week we mentioned the Johnny Depp movie Transcendence and wondered if it might have been penned by an AI computer. We're not going to recommend the movie here because it really is pretty boring. But did you know the science portrayed in the film is not as fictional as you might think? You better believe there are people who believe a human mind can be uploaded into a computer and are actively pursuing technology to do it. So this week's recommendation is a fascinating article about one such megalomaniacal psychopath who promises he'll have this nut cracked by 2030. 35-year-old Dmitry Itskov says he's not going to wait around for science to cure aging and is putting everything he has into a bold plan to achieve virtual immortality. It's the stuff of conspiracy theory and science fiction, but it is happening and it's one of the most important issues we will face as we... Hey, wait, I just thought of something. We totally missed a joke last week. We should have called the computer Hack 2000. Get it? H-A-K instead of H-A-L, because he's a hack writer. Never mind. Okay, I know. That's why I'm not allowed to write these things. So once again, thank you so much for watching. if we're not completely overtaken by the machines this week, we'll be back with more next week. If you don't want to miss out on me voicing someone else's highly intelligent musings without actually understanding them, okay, I gotta get a new writer. Make sure to subscribe to our mailing list, YouTube channel, or just say our name 5 times in the mirror, and we'll appear behind your reflection. Oh, and we have all the social media, blah, blah, blah. You know, you can find us on there. You sub first, and we'll sub back, and maybe, or we'll just sub-a-dub-a-dubby next week, y'all. See you next week, dogs. Peace. It's the corporations, and they get all corporation-y, and then, you know, they just... Team America World Police.